This afternoon, Boston police officer Jose Fontanez passed away at the Boston Medical Center due to the COVID-19 virus. Our prayers are with his family and his fellow officers. Officer Fontanez was 53 years old and a resident of the city of Boston. He's a 29-year member of the Boston Police Department, joining the force in 1991. He served District E13 in Jamaica Plain since 1996. That's nearly a quarter of a century serving one community. He was a decorated officer, receiving several commendations. The first thing that his fellow officers remarked was his devotion to his 4 children and his grandchild. I spoke to Officer Fontanez's wife and his brother this afternoon and shared my condolences as well as the City of Boston's condolences. First and foremost, this is a devastating blow to a family. We hold them in our prayers. This is also a very devastating blow to our city, to the Boston Police Department, and the entire public safety family. We lost a hero today to this virus. We honor him and remember him as a hero because as a police officer, he served our community and he stood in harm's way to protect us. I say all the time, especially about folks. He made the ultimate sacrifice. His passing is a reminder of the courage our police officers, firefighters, EMTs, and all of our first responders, our doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, and all frontline workers in this pandemic. And it's a reminder how serious this danger is to all of us. Tomorrow is the 7th anniversary of the 2013 Boston Marathon. We named it One Boston Day. The marathon bombing was one-of-a-kind danger that we faced, a traumatic event. First responders and healthcare workers were there for us then, and they're there for us now. This pandemic is a different kind of danger, but it's just as traumatic. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll be holding an online interfaith prayer service for the City of Boston. The purpose is to reflect on the events of 2013, to remember all the people that we lost during this pandemic, and to strengthen the unity we need to get through this crisis. I encourage anyone who is grieving or in need of comfort to join us. You are not alone, and none of us are powerless. I ask every single person who can to stay home in memory of Officer Fontanez. Stay at home out of respect and gratitude for their first responders and healthcare workers who are working for us the way he was. By staying home, you can slow the spread of the virus and reduce the risk to our public safety heroes, our first responders, our frontline workers, our entire community. It's the very least that we can do in honor and the courage and the memory of Officer Jose Fontanez. Now I'd like to ask Commissioner Gross to come up and say a few words on behalf of the Boston Police Department.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is with a heavy heart that we're here to tell you of the passing of our brother, Jose Fontanez, a 29-year veteran of the Boston Police Department that started his career in January 14th, 1991. He received several commissioners' commendations in service to his community. I spoke to his wife and his brother. Of course, they're saddened by the loss of their loved one. He is survived by his wife, his children, his grandchild, and his siblings. And of course, our family of Blue and first responders. I'd like to thank everyone who contacted me with a sincere thank you for his services and sincere condolences. That is state, local, and federal law enforcement agencies, as well as all of our first responder families, emergency medical services, and fire department. Let me tell you, folks, this is a great man. Loved this city, of course, loved this family, and loved this family of Blue, and served them well. For the last 23 years, he was assigned to Area E13, that's in Jamaica Plain. And again, it's with a heavy heart that we're here to even bring you this sad news. He fought a valiant and courageous fight against COVID-19. I'd like to thank the nurses and doctors at the Boston Medical Center for taking care of our brother. And I'd like to thank all of the first responders, our healthcare providers and workers that each and every day are helping us to fight this horrendous virus, COVID-19. As well, the Boston Police Patrolmen's Association President, Larry Calderon, is here. Again, this one hit us pretty tough, but as the mayor alluded to, we can all do more to help prevent the spread of this virus. Please adhere to the guidance and protocols of the CDC so we can help stop the spread of this virus. Again, this man, very courageous man, but it lets you know our first responder families were not robotic, we're not immune. This virus is devastating almost everyone that it touches. And some have survived, but you don't want to go through this, folks. So please adhere to the CDC guidelines and let's help each other out. Again, thank you so much for your great displays of sympathy and your outpouring of love for the family. God doesn't need anything, but today he's gained a proud warrior in heaven. Thank you.
Any questions for the commissioner or myself?
Sir, could you repeat that one more time? I can tell you right now, without hesitation or reservation, that most of the community has stepped up and helped us to fight crime. There's only 1 or 2% that aren't listening, and they will be locked up. You will not get a COVID-19 break, because while people are out here doing the right thing, helping each other out during this pandemic, there are those who try to prey upon this hardship. It won't be tolerated. I'm here to tell you now, thank you to the community, because people are stepping up, they're not desensitized, and they are helping us put away the people that need to be put away. So as it goes to fighting crime, it's definitely with the citizens of Boston. It's definitely with everyone you see here, from the mayor, the city cabinets. We're all on the same page of helping each other through this pandemic. But in speaking with District Attorney Rollins as well, it will not be tolerated when you commit acts of violence or crime in our neighborhoods. So full steam ahead. Nothing's changed.
How many officers in a complaint throughout the police force have been sickened by the coronavirus, or will we get exposed to captain treatment?
Yes. Yes, unfortunately, thus far we've had 67 officers who have been tested positive for coronavirus, and we have 53 who are still out. So again, with your love, affection, and care and prayers, officers have been able to return to duty, and they've done so willingly to continue to help out the citizens of Boston. So let's have prayers for those who are still out with COVID-19. Absolutely. So anywhere that we've had the COVID-19 breakout, we don't shut the stations down, but we give them a thorough cleaning, right, to make sure from floor to ceiling that we try to eradicate that virus or any semblance of it from the places where our officers serve from.
Could you talk about being on the front lines of this, your officers, being ones who are out there interacting with the public and stuff like this?
Yes. So we all know the symptoms. We all know how dangerous this virus can be. And so it is tough being on the front lines as a Boston police officer, but we're not alone. There's several people on the front lines, from emergency medical services to our fire department, the first responder, and all that provide the city services under Mayor Walsh. So it's pretty tough to be on the first line. You know you're going into the line of fire, but that's our job. We just like you to know we're not expendable. We're human too. And that virus can definitely affect us. So I'd like to thank the mayor and even the private sector, those who have provided equipment for us, and take into consideration our well-being during this pandemic. So it's pretty tough to be on the front lines. So all personal protective equipment. No, and here's why. Remember the bad guys we talked about? They would love to know exactly what we have so they could try to take advantage of it or defeat what we have in protection of our officers. So I won't mention specific numbers or what we have, but the officers are adequately supplied with PPE so they can serve their duty. So, in that question, that's in God's hands. But what we can do here is make sure that we have the proper equipment and that we're all abiding by the CDC guidance on how to prevent COVID-19 on and off duty and to prevent it from spreading to each other. Sure.
I just want to, one thing I want to end with today, there's a lot of questions about keeping people safe. The best way to keep people safe is through social distancing. It's through staying at home. It's through making sure that when you go for a walk, you wear a mask, making sure you're constantly washing your hands with soap and warm water, making sure you're washing down surfaces. That's how we stop the spread of this virus. And that's what I just want to continue to reinforce. As we get through the surge, as we're beginning, we've seen our numbers in the city of Boston double in the last 7 days. We've seen the number of people that have lost their life, like Officer Fontanez, increase in the last 7 days. We're asking everyone to do your part and to make sure you practice everything that we're asking you to do. Thank you very much.
We have been listening to Boston Mayor Marty Walsh and the